Let's talk about the couple with no compatibility, and that is Daniel and Bianca. They're sitting there at their apartment. Daniel is sitting there on his computer and he checks his email, and that's when he suddenly realized he had an email letting him know that he has a court date the next day for a shoplifting charge. So I guess before he went to prison, he got busted stealing from a Walmart, and he thought like maybe this case was just gonna like go away, but now he's realizing that he has to go to court and take care of it. I don't know, I'm kind of side-eyeing him just now suddenly finding out from an email one day before, but he went to go tell Bianca, and Bianca was annoyed as hell. She just rolled her eyes, and she said she really didn't have anything to say to Daniel, and she said she just feels like he's a total man-child. The producers were being messy as hell because as she said that, they zoomed in on the sign on Daniel's room that says no girls allowed except mom, which seems like a sign a total man-child would have. That's something like you would see in like a 6th grader's room, not like a grown man. And he lives in a completely different state from his mom, so it's not like his mom's coming over all the time. But anyways, he said that he could just feel the tension coming from Bianca because she was so annoyed with him. So he told her he was going to work. I don't know if he was actually going to work or not, because once he got in the car, he started talking about, oh yeah, so I just don't want to be at home because Bianca is just being a Debbie Downer and I can't deal with that shit. And he just says like pretty much like he feels like he can't have any kind of hard conversations with Bianca. But I just think at the end of the day that Daniel just does not like to be told about himself. Like if he's effing up, he doesn't want anybody to tell him that. He just wants people to look the other way and pretend it's not happening. But that's pretty much it with them. They really didn't have a lot going on in the last episode. Now let's talk about Michael and Justine. So Michael and Justine wake up and the whole house looked flipped upside down. It looked like a whole freaking earthquake and tornado went through that whole freaking house. It was a mess. They had pots full of macaroni and cheese and rice, and it had food just sitting in there that was left from last night. And even Justine was like, man, this is too much for me. And I guess like the older kids were responsible for this. At least that's what they're making it sound like. And if they have $100,000 to spend on a wedding, then maybe it might be time to hire a housekeeper. Justine and Michael go to this gym, they're boxing, and Michael brings up the fact that he just thinks that $100,000 is an astronomical amount to spend on a wedding, and he's trying to get Justine to reason with him, but Justine is not pushing back. She's like, this is my big moment. Michael is like, well, what can you work with? She's like, well, I at least have to have a nice dress. I need you to be in a nice tux. And she doesn't really want to come down from the 100,000, or no, is it 100? No, it's 60,000. I'm sorry. It's 60,000 for the wedding. But the thing is, he's trying to talk Justine into not spending this money on the wedding right now. Instead, he wants to invest $100,000 into this like salon or barber shop that's going to be like half barber shop, half hair salon for men and women. So he told Justine like, look, I know you don't really want to change your mind, but please, baby, just give me one chance. Let's go meet up with my friend. I think his name is Jay, that has his own barber shop. And he's like, yeah, so he and I have this business plan put together, and we just want you to go over it because we think you'll really get excited about this. So he thinks like if he can just crunch the numbers with Justine, she's going to get excited and say, okay, let's put this wedding on the back burner. But I don't see that happening. I don't see Justine letting anything get in the way of her wedding right now with how headstrong she is. I think Justine has this whole big idea in this head that she's gonna have the biggest, fanciest wedding in Love After Lockup history, and I don't think she's gonna settle for anything. Like maybe she might settle for an elephant and maybe get like a horse or something instead. But besides that, I don't see Justine willing to do much settling outside of that. And like, is this even counting the honeymoon with that $60,000? Or are they still gonna have to pay for a honeymoon on top of all that? Here's what's crazy to me. There was this live clip going around. I saw it on the Love After Lockup Reddit and a few other T pages, and it was this TikTok live that Michael did. And he went live and he's like, yeah, I'm sitting here with the homies. We're trying to get a bottle, but we don't got the money for a bottle. So we're going to give you guys our Cash App, and we want you guys to donate to the Cash App so we can drink on your dime. And he said, yeah, because the wallet's looking real slim right now. And he showed off his wallet, and he even opened it up and showed that he only had $5 in his wallet. And if that's really true, and you really don't got money to cover a bottle, then I don't know if we should be having a $60,000 wedding right now. Like, if you're about to drop $60,000 on a wedding, I feel like you should at least be sitting on like $500,000 to $1 million in the bank to be comfortably dropping that much on a wedding. And then Michael talked Justine into going and sitting down with his buddy Jay, and I think this was Jay's girl that he was with. So they all sit down for this meeting, and they're trying to convince Justine by telling her all the pros of the business. But here's the thing, they made sure they listed all the pros, but they didn't want to list any of the cons. Like, if that was Justine, I would be like, okay, tell me the full story. Like, what can we happen in the best case, or what can happen in the best case, or what could happen in the worst case. But instead, they're just trying to do whatever they could to sell Justine a dream about this salon. And Michael was like, yeah, so all we gotta do is just put all these barbers and stylists in there every single week. When they get paid, we're gonna get paid every single week. We're gonna get a check from each barber. And he acts like pretty much they're gonna be ahead and everything's gonna go great. And I mean, I do have confidence that Jay's gonna be able to run a good barbershop / salon if he's already been doing it before, and if he's like the top barber in Las Vegas like Michael's claiming. But a lot of businesses aren't profitable at first. It takes time to eventually become profitable. And then when a lot of businesses are profitable, a lot of times they have to reinvest that money back into their business or pay back some of the money that they have put into their business. So I don't think it's like they're going to be rolling in the dough right from the jump. Like, he's trying to convince Justine. Like, it might be a bumpy, rough road at the beginning. They might end up losing all the money. Then Michael slipped up and revealed that he already agreed to give Jay this money. And once Justine heard that, you couldn't tell her nothing. She's like, you are a dumb mofo. She stormed out of the building, cussing him out the whole time. Michael tried to chase her down the street and was like, oh no, you don't know this great opportunity that you may be walking away from. And she's like, I don't give a damn, dude. She cussed him out and stormed out, and that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.